今回は WBC のアメリカ代表のスタメンを独断と偏見で選出した米ポッドキャスト番組オフベースについて見ていきます。それでは行ってみましょう。先日2026年に開催される WBC の米国代表キャプテンにアーロン・ジャッジ選手が選出されたことを受け、日本時間4月21日、米ポッドキャスト番組オフベースでは WBC のアメリカ代表のスタメンを独断と偏見で選出しました。WBC 出場が初めてとなるジャッジ選手は記者会見で、前回は決勝で日本に負けているが、勝利という目標に向かって全員が同じ方向を見ればうまくいく。勝つためにやるべきことをやらなければならない。と、2大会ぶり2回目の優勝を誓っていました。番組出演者のザビエル・スクラッグス氏は、前回の翔平の言葉には感動したよ。憧れるのはやめましょう。ってやつ。他のチームもみんな、ああいう気持ちで臨まなきゃいけないと思う。と、前回大会で大谷選手が語った名言を出す場面も。ここからは、その様子を見ていきます。
We had some more big news around Major League Baseball. How about this week? There he is, the man, the myth, the legend. Aaron Judge is suiting up for Team USA and the World Baseball Classic. Him and D-Row, what a dynamic duo, first of all.
My goodness. I mean, if there's a guy to go to have first to make that announcement, like, let's make a statement. Let's go get the captain.
Were you shocked by that? I mean, even look at the press conference. I was talking to D-Row here in the makeup room, like just down the hall before he went to Yankee Stadium for this press conference. He's like, I don't even know if I'll be on stage. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know if you'll be on stage? You're the skipper for Team USA. So humble. But he's like, he's the vibes guy.
And I also think about, like, Judge is the right guy as far as that humbleness, too, when you think about having a captain on your squad, right? Like, that's the type of character, that's the type of person, the personality, the energy that I want to set the tone for my team. And he's not going to be someone that's overly emotional, not going to be not enough, right? He's even keel. That's the main one right there.
You 100% nailed that. I loved covering the Yankees during the postseason last year and seeing Judge. You're right. He was the even kill guy. He was 100% the leader on that team, and deservedly so for not just the way he performs on the diamond, but just his demeanor, not just in the clubhouse, but in the dugout. He even gave me, I was told after they clinched, go to the World Series, like, no more questions. I was like, hey, man, can I just get one quick interview with the clubhouse champagne shower? He's like, yeah, absolutely. Just he's a great guy. He is the consummate pro, and he literally is like Captain America. Of course, he should be the leader of this team.
Exactly. He mentioned wanting to do it previously, but he was going through the free agency stuff the last time out. And he talked about how tough it was for him to, like, sit at home watching it, you know? So you can only imagine how much fire he has for getting out there and playing for USA and representing his country. Because that's the biggest thing, is these guys are now representing their country, and you're seeing more participation, and more guys are going to want to do it because Aaron Judge.
Hey, listen, we have our sister network, NHL Network, right across the hallway, and we saw what the Four Nations Face-Off did for the sport of hockey, because everyone was throwing down for their country, and I have a feeling that's exactly how it's going to be for the WBC in 2026. Okay, so D-Row, running it back as a skipper, has a really tough job putting this lineup together, not just with talking to players, agents, GMs, managers, and then if they agree to play, what is playing contingent upon? So I put my D-Row hat on and decided to put together my own Team USA lineup. Manager LG. I don't know if I'd really be able to command that room. I'd be like, this girl's a clown. But here we go. So I would
good vibes. I know that.
The vibes would be high. I would 100% be the vibes guy. That's what I was on my softball team. My manager, coach was like, this is why we keep you around. I did win MVP a couple times. I was the captain, but I was definitely the vibes guy. Okay, not to brag. We're leading off with Mookie Betts at second, three-time World Series winner, obviously MVP, 8-time All-Star, two-spot playing first. Bryce Harper, same deal, 2-time MVP, 8-time All-Star. Aaron Judge, the captain, we're putting him in right. Okay, so wrap your head around this one. That's where he is now, so I think that's a good spot for him. 2-time MVP, 6-time All-Star. Gunnar Henderson at third, obviously All-Star last year. I was really torn between him and Bregman. Because Bregman's having a good year, but Breggy, you know, this is his walk year again. Could be a free agent, kind of focused on his new team. Bobby Witt Jr. at short, obviously All-Star. We have the youth getting thrown in here along with Gunnar Henderson. Won batting title, basically all the titles, MVP runner-up last year. As we go down my list here, Corbin Carroll in left, also a very hard one because we have Kyle Tucker in the mix. But again, Tucker is going to be a free agent, so maybe he's going to be, he's going to be busy. Yeah, and also I wanted to go with the speed on the base pass with Corbin Carroll.
Okay.
He also did leave the Diamondbacks to, World Series run at least.
Yes,
Obviously, win a couple years ago. So that was my reasoning there. Mike Trout. This was a tough one. This was a very tough one, but I feel like Team USA would not be complete without one Michael Trout. He's going to be DHing. D-Row, you have that conversation with him, 11-time All-Star, 3 MVPs. We just need him to get a trophy.
Yeah.
Even though, I know he's going to be a little on the older side, but, we're balancing out the outfield with some youth there. Adley Rutschman behind the plate. Also, I know Big Dumper was in the mix, but he'll be on that team. But this is like, we're playing Japan in the final. Jackson Merrill's going to round things out here. Center field, I think he's already off to an outstanding start. We're projecting forward here with some of these young guys, right?
Yes.
So I think he's going to continue to have that upside. All-Star as a rookie, almost Rookie of the Year, Silver Slugger, and he'll be that second leadoff guy.
Yeah.
How do we feel about this lineup?
It's wild.
I stressed over it with our researcher, Mark Sales.
And I think you have to ask Mookie Betts to play second base because that's the weakest offensive position for Team USA, right? When you think about it. I think Tim Anderson played that, was asked to play second base last year. So if Mookie can slide over from short to second.
McNeil,
and McNeil, that's right. That would be great. I need Kyle Tucker in this lineup, though.
Okay, but so do you replace Corbin Carroll?
No, I'm asking him to DH. I'm asking, Mike Trout might have to take a back seat at a certain point right now for Kyle Tucker.
Wow. I struggled with this.
And it may not be every day. This might be a matchup
This
type
is your
thing.
final game. This is literally the final. We'll just throw out Japan.
Guess who's starting is Ohtani. So I gotta if Ohtani started, I gotta have Tucker in there.
You want Tucker in there, but what if he's distracted and he's focused on spring training with his new team?
That's the toughest one. So I got 3. I even think I might have Austin Riley play third. Gunnar, I understand he can play third too, but
Austin
it might
Riley's
be
definitely on the team, by the way.
Yeah. Austin Riley's on the team. I might ask him to play third, depending upon left or right matchup. And Cal Raleigh's in my starting lineup right now. There's no doubt he's in my starting lineup.
So you don't want Adley. I mean, I feel like Adley calls a great game. He's a good leader.
Yeah, he's cool.
You also have like the mix of, you have the veteran leadership, but I wanted some of those young guns in there in that lineup to like mix it up.
That's
Like
fine.
you need that chemistry, that perfect combination. I was trying to find the vibes guy. I think Gunnar Henderson might be the vibes guy.
Okay, he
Is
could
it
be the
Scooby-Doo
vibes
impression?
guy.
Or it's just D-Row. D-Row's all vibes all the time.
But give me Cal Raleigh right now, because
Wow.
both of them switch hitters,
The
right?
platinum dumper.
But this dude is unreal right now.
But if you're projecting to next year,
What?
you still want him? I mean, we're assuming a lot of things are going to unfold over the course of this season.
That's what I'm saying. They're right. Things are going to happen, right? But
I mean,
and
this would be
Adley may be in one of
100%
those
different.
situations where he's looking at maybe signing an extension, and he's like, I might chill for a second.
Yeah.
Who knows?
D-Row has a tough job. At
Jackson
the end of the
Merrill,
day, Mark
isn't it
DeRosa,
crazy?
we do not
First of all,
envy you.
Jackson was like in Korea last year, just hoping to be on this
He
squad.
was like, X, I'm just happy to be here. And
and
now
now
he's
we talking
our
Team
starting
USA.
center fielder.
That's what. Hey.
Who else would you start in center over him?
Nah, you can't. I wouldn't start anybody over him in center.
Yeah, I love Judge and Wright.
Yeah, no, Jackson's got to be in center because also the speed factor too, right? He does different things. Defensively, he'd be great. I love what Corbin Carroll's doing right now. I like your squad.
And you want the speed on the base pass. Okay, real quick before we move on, can I throw out something wild? What if Pete Alonso, who we're going to talk about a little bit later on in the show, is having a tournament?
Yeah.
Do you ask Bryce Harper to step aside?
That's what I asked D-Row about this, like these conversations with these guys.
Crazy.
And he said he's brutally honest with the guys, like
That's
during, because that's all you can really do.
You have to, and guys respect that.
Yeah, because think about it, these are dudes that are giving away some of their off season or maybe some of that spring training to say, hey, I'm playing for Team USA. I expect to play.
Yeah.
Like I don't expect to just sit on this bench right now.
Exactly.
Especially if I'm a perennial all-star.
Well, let's be honest. All these guys are great. They're consummate teammates, but there's still egos at play. Look at all the World Series titles you have in this lineup. Look at all the MVP titles.
None of these dudes want to come off the bench.
No!
And I talked to D-Row about that too, and he was like, that's why some of the guys it may not be necessarily the best player. It may be a guy that may fit the role better, right? Like maybe that left-handed bat off the bench that
Great point.
is good at being flexible, playing multiple positions, something like that too. So it may not just be an all-star that you're saying, hey, I need you to come off the bench, right?
A total chess match. It's not going to be an easy decision, and some of it may be completely out of his hands. This isn't, again, the agents, the players, GMs of the teams, and of course managers who are allowing these players to be on loan from their big league teams. We have some representation with other countries here. Yes. Let's talk about Francisco Lindor. Yeah, let's go international. Francisco Lindor was already announced as the team captain for Team Puerto Rico. How cool is this? Of course he should be. And I feel like now we have the Big Apple repping in WBC. So it's already setting the tone. You have two of the biggest stars in baseball. So I feel like this is setting the stage for an epic WBC.
Yes, and I don't want us to forget how talented some of these other countries are, right? Like
Great
Lindor for Team Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is going to be in there. Obviously, we talk a lot about Dominican, Venezuela. These teams have gone out and really showed us, some guys have better performances in the WBC than they do here. Because there's a different type of feeling to it, right? Like we want to put our country on the map as far as baseball goes. And I would say the same. That's how Japan took it last year. Remember, Ohtani gathered the dudes. It was like, we always look up to these guys as like heroes. Not today. We're not doing that today. So I appreciate that, and I feel like that's got to be the same way everybody else looks at it.
Hey, listen, I'm all about Team USA. I will be rocking whatever gear I need to. I am so pumped for this upcoming WBC. I think Mark DeRosa is the exact right person to lead the charge. And of course, Aaron Judge, congratulations on being named Captain America.
いかがでしたでしょうか。このチャンネルでは日本人メジャーリーガーなどを中心に野球情報をお届けしています。この動画が良かったら高評価、チャンネル登録をよろしくお願いいたします。今回も最後までご覧いただきありがとうございました。それではまた次の動画でお会いしましょう。